You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, 2 universities team up to streamline the path to a law degree for students right here in Joplin.
Also, a group of volunteers in Joplin attend a different kind of Sunday morning service.
And it is raining across the 4 states. Rain in Pittsburgh right now. More showers, storms across the region. I'll tell you how long they're going to stick around coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Samantha Walker.
And I'm Chris Water. It's just after 7 o'clock on this finally Friday in the 4 states, October the 24th. Happy Friday to all of you. Hopefully you've had a pretty decent week. And now the rain is here, just in time, of course, for the weekend. And
yes,
we'll talk about that rain. But the rain hasn't really put a damper on some folks' mission in the 4 states.
No, because when people come together to address local challenges, their actions can ripple outwards, inspiring others.
And as part of our Doing Good series, we're introducing a group of friends in Joplin who saw a problem and decided to grab some bags.
KOAM's Ty Parks reports.
Every community is shaped by efforts of its members. For one group who called themselves the Sunday Morning Steps, it started with a trip to Midtown where they met to walk. And after some time, they started spotting a problem.
Several years ago, my friends and I were out just walking just for health reasons, and we found that there was a lot of trash sitting around, that some of it had been there for 10 years or more.
They found trash that had been in Joplin since 2008, and their efforts expanded.
We picked up a lot of trash. Especially through downtown areas, around the railroad tracks, around shelters, pretty much everywhere. We found that in the corners there was just trash all over the place.
They like to walk where tourists visit, taking steps to help make their home a beautiful place. And volunteering has some benefits, like fellowship.
This is a good way to congregate for people who don't necessarily want to go do religion. So I can get the community aspect. There's usually, someone trying to feed someone. You get the same kind of aspect. A lot of times they'll help out the homeless along with picking up trash. It's a good community of people. And even if they wanted to start it, like, let's say they live in Neosho, you'll find that there's trash everywhere, and really it's up to the communities to clean up those areas more than it is for the government around.
Walking to clean up Joplin one step at a time. In Joplin, Ty Parks, KOAM News.
Now, Sunday Morning Steps is open to anyone who would like to join. They meet Sunday mornings at 1208 South Main in Joplin at 8:30 a.m.
Certainly out there doing a lot of good, trying to pick up a lot of trash around the area, because unfortunately people do get careless. They just throw stuff out, they don't care. And other times, though, it's windy days where it kind of blows out of those full trash cans on occasion, but everybody can do their part to help clean up, and it always makes things look better.
And it's nice to have the kind of motivation of, like, we're doing this with other people, and having that community.
Spend time with some friends, having a good time while you do it as well. And again, today, maybe not the best day to be out because we got the rain. We're going to start with our live look downtown Pittsburgh, where the rain has resumed in Pittsburgh, and we've got more showers and storms on the way. Still dry for now in Joplin. The roads are still wet. We had plenty of rain overnight. In fact, I actually slept through it, which I usually don't. I usually hear the thunder, long before it ever gets to town, but sometimes you're just tired and you don't hear it. But it is not raining in the city yet, but more rain is on the way. MoDOT camera 20th and Rangeline in Joplin also showing where we've got some wet roadways, plenty of folks out on the road. We're up to about 78 lightning strikes. Now, bear in mind, it's counting everything it can see in this square, and it can also see behind this banner. But we do have showers, thunderstorms that have been building out to the west. In fact, just quickly, we have a whole nother complex. Look at all these new storms developing well out to our west. All of this lifting east, northeast, back into our area, and will continue to bring us showers and storms through the area. We've got heavy rain, though, moderate to heavy rain from Nevada, Lamar, Pittsburgh, Fort Scott, Chanute, Parsons, Erie, Fredonia, south of Yates Center, Independence, Coffeyville, Sedan. Thunderstorms re-entering Greenwood County. More on the way toward toward Bartlesville and Newata as well. So again, all of this continuing to really just fill in, some of it breaking apart, others redeveloping. More storms will be on the way. No severe weather is expected. Our biggest concern is with heavy rain, but of course with thunderstorms there's that lightning risk, so when thunder roars, head indoors. That's the best thing to remember. Showers and storms will continue through the day, scattered in nature, so like some of you are getting right now, there may be pauses in the rain here and there, but it will only be brief before more showers and storms build in across the area. We do have a flood watch for Newata, Washington counties, and northeastern Oklahoma through tomorrow morning. Our temperature is very warm compared to yesterday. We're almost 20 degrees warmer now in a lot of locations. We've got low, mid, and upper 50s, and these temperatures haven't moved a lot. I think we're going to end up hitting our highs somewhere between about 11 a.m. and 1 p.m., and that'll be upper 50s for most of us, maybe some low 60s down south. Outside of that, we hover in the mid 50s, heavy rain possible with these scattered storms out there, and breezy southeast winds gusting to 25. We're having another look at your forecast, break down the rain chances into the weekend and how next week is shaping up here in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Chris, thanks. Pre-law students at Missouri Southern State University can get a jump start on law school thanks to a collaborative program between the university and UMKC. QAM's Kenny Foreman explains how it works.
How can multiple universities best attract students? Not through competition, but collaboration.
It's especially important in Missouri for our public institutions to work together, because 99 times out of 100, we're not competing with each other. We're here to make sure that folks looking for higher education here in the state of Missouri have incredible opportunities.
That's what MSSU and UMKC Law School are creating with their pre-law pathway program. MSSU pre-law undergraduates who complete 90 credit hours can apply for a 3+3 program and complete their undergraduate requirements plus 1 year of law school credits at MSSU before finishing up their law degree at UMKC.
I'm looking for someone who's bright, I'm looking for someone who works hard, and I'm looking for someone who has grit. Those are the things I'm always looking for, and that can be shown in so many different ways.
Both MSSU and UMKC prioritize the needs of the students when designing the program. They envision the idea of saving time and tuition costs as enticing to potential candidates.
That's 1 year less tuition, 1 year less room and board, really ensuring that folks have a more accessible launch into a legal career here in Missouri and Southern Missouri.
By working together, both schools feel confident they can get the most out of their students.
My hope would be that this partnership provides unique and amazing opportunities for our students to help them succeed, help them see a pathway to their future, and we're really grateful for this partnership between Missouri Southern and UMKC.
In Joplin, Kenny Foreman, KOAM News.
According to an MSSU press release, candidates are expected to have at least a 3.3 GPA and an LSAT score at or above the 50th percentile of the most recent UMKC law class. That said, students who do not meet that criteria may still be considered. The Pittsburgh Family YMCA hosts a Halloween bake sale, raising funds for SDK CAP transportation services. The transportation program helps community members get to work, medical appointments, and run essential errands. Organizers say every dollar raised helps keep people connected to jobs and healthcare in Southeast Kansas. And those are our top news stories this half hour. Coming up next, new research links teen sleep loss to suicide risk. The University of Warwick studies alarming findings. And then coming up, officials warn of lead danger in Southeast Kansas. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Watching college.
In Health Watch, community members gathered at the Crawford County Health Department to raise awareness for National Lead Poisoning Prevention Week. The event offered free test kits for water, paint, and soil. The department hopes to lower childhood blood lead levels in Southeast Kansas, which are nearly double the state average. Organizers hope to make this an annual event, spreading awareness and keeping local families safe year-round. Teenagers whose parents have opioid prescriptions are much more likely to use opioids themselves. A study in Norway found among parents who had 2 or more opioid prescriptions, their children were more than twice as likely to take opioids regularly between the ages of 13 and 29. The study's authors say doctors should consider family-based strategies when managing pain. Teens who don't get enough sleep are at a greater risk for suicide. Research from the University of Warwick study found adolescents who reported suicide attempts at the age of 17 are more likely to have missed out on sleep on school nights at the age of 14. The researchers say it's likely that insufficient sleep can harm cognitive functioning and decision making, but they say more research is needed. Nearly 1 in 5 urinary tract infections are likely linked to contaminated meat. A George Washington University study found that E. coli, most often found in chicken and turkey, is a leading cause of UTIs. The problem is much greater in low-income neighborhoods where there are disparities in food safety standards. Experts are reminding people to thoroughly cook meat and poultry and to wash your hands after handling raw meat. We'll be right back after this.
Series Shut-Eye, only at Denver Mattress.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 7:15 now on this Friday morning. Showers and thunderstorms continuing to spread across the area, starting with the Skywatch Storm Tracker. So we got some moderate to heavy rain from Osceola, Stockton, just north of Greenfield, Lamar, Nevada, Butler, Fort Scott, Mound City, Girard, with some light showers moving into the Pittsburgh area. Heavier rain just exiting Iola on Yates Center. You're sandwiched in between some moderate rain to the east and showers and storms off to your west. Fredonia, Chanute, Erie, Independence, Parsons, Coffeyville. Some moderate to heavy rain. You can see some of those gray lightning strikes. They're older ones, but we are still occasionally getting some lightning strikes with some of this activity. So some thunderstorms out there. Miami getting ready to roll in right now. Veneta, you're up next. Grove and Grand Lake area, a bit of a pause. More on the way, though. And then just outside of our area, Skiatook stretching back up toward Granola. We've got showers, thunderstorms, more of those back out further west, south of Ponca City. We go up north, showers, storms just outside of Greenwood County. Some moderate rain in Greenwood County. And then we've got all of this that's coming together pretty quickly, actually. Take a look at just where all of that, going back to even just right at 6 a.m., until now, it's bigger cluster, showers, thunderstorms getting ready to push into our area a little later today. That's what's going to continue to feed us, shower and thunderstorm chances throughout the day today. At this time still, no severe weather is expected. We've had a couple of storms try to go strong outside of our area, but they were not successful. We just don't really have the right setup. Is that to say a really low-grade strong storm isn't possible? It's possible, but it's just not very likely. Our greatest concern is going to be with heavy rain, leading to the potential for some localized flooding. The other issue, of course, is just going to be the lightning. Severe storms aside, the lightning's still dangerous, still deadly. So a couple of the fun weather phrases to remember over the next couple of days. First, turn around, don't drown. If you know your route is prone to flash flooding, make sure you've got that alternate route already planned. And of course, when thunder roars, head indoors. You don't want to be outside during these thunderstorms, even if the storms aren't severe. All right, here we go. Future track, showers, thunderstorms. And just like we've seen this morning, now into parts of southwest Missouri where it's dry for right now, we could still get those moments where it stops raining for a bit. But shower and storm chances really be consistent from now through Sunday evening, but they start winding down by Sunday. Showers and storms, so football tonight. I'm not really worried about severe weather for tonight. In fact, even then, any lightning we get should be isolated. The main concern, I think, is going to be some fields out there I know they don't do so well when it gets really wet, and you can't play on them when we get a lot of heavy rain. So that's really going to be the focus to watch, is any postponements of any games if the fields are just unplayable. Now, we still could get some thunderstorms tonight, so again, watch out for that lightning that could delay some of the games, but I think the bigger concern is going to be that possibility of some unplayable fields due to the heavy rain. Shower storms continue overnight tonight into tomorrow. Missouri Southern's homecoming parade, the Heart Walk, still ongoing with that Heart Walk for sure. Any other fall events, just bear in mind it's going to be rainy, it's going to be chilly, it's going to be breezy. On top of that, we could still get some embedded thunderstorms here and there, so it goes back to when thunder roars, head indoors. Those shower storms continue into the evening hours, becoming a bit more scattered by late evening. Eventually, we get this little complex east of 69 early Sunday morning, and as that low pressure approaches, we get more showers, but as you can see, it starts to become much more isolated and really turns into more of a rain kind of thing, and the thunderstorm chance really drops. crops. Now it's just looking at rain. And the further we go into Sunday, the less rain we have, and eventually we'll start to dry out, at least briefly. Flood watches, Nowata, Washington counties, and northeast Oklahoma through tomorrow morning. Rain amounts anywhere from 1 to 3, maybe even upwards of 4 inches, with locally higher amounts possible as well. So keep that in mind. Our camera 7th and range line again, not raining in Joplin just yet, but more is on the way. Showers, thunderstorms throughout the morning. Our temperatures, I think we're going to reach our highs between about 11 a.m. and noon, and we're looking at upper 50s and maybe a couple of low 60s down in our southern counties. Southeast winds today gusting to 25. They'll continue to gust tonight and tomorrow. Upper 50s, low 60s again, mid 60s on Sunday. Mid 60s, low to mid 60s to start the week. Halloween, though, looking fantastic still. Upper 60s, dry, and mid 40s by the evening. That's Check Your Forecast. We're back with more right after this.
Win tickets to Wheel of Fortune Live. Thanks, Josh. Thank you.
In Consumer Watch, there's some major pushback against President Trump from America's farmers. Policies like the trade war with China are upending the finances of many American farms. China is the world's biggest soybean importer, but the country stopped purchasing the crop from the American farmers, making it unprofitable. To help ease the pain, the Trump administration said it would bring back essential workers at the USDA, unfreezing $3 billion that was already allocated in the previous budget, but it's a fraction of the $13 billion in the new aid farmers expected. Some farmers say President Trump's policies are making it less likely the foreign buyers will come back and their livelihoods are at stake. Target says it is eliminating about 1,800 corporate positions, including about 800 open roles, with a new CEO set to take the reins in February. The moves are part of the retailer's efforts to streamline decision-making and strengthen its customer base. The cuts represent less than 10% of Target's corporate workforce. Tesla is recalling more than 63,000 Cybertrucks in the U.S. because the front lights are too bright. The concern is that it may cause a distraction to other drivers and increase the risk of a collision. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration said the recall includes certain Cybertrucks with a model year between 2024 and 2026. The federal agency Tesla said Tesla is not aware of any related collisions, injuries, or fatalities. And 3M is recalling more than 10,000 thermal laminators due to a potential overheating issue that poses a burn hazard. The recall focuses on the Scotch brand TL90950 thermal laminator. The company is offering a refund. The U.S. national debt hits a record $38 trillion for the first time, a milestone that has 81% of voters concerned about America's financial future. Treasury Department data shows the debt continuing to decline as the government shut down delays economic activity and postpones critical fiscal decisions. Meta eliminates 600 artificial intelligence jobs as Facebook's parent company restructures its AI operations. The cuts spare Meta's new lab unit that develops next-generation AI models, with affected workers encouraged to apply for other positions within the company. And those are our top consumer stories. We'll be right back.
Camera is sponsored by Pittsburgh State University and the City of Pittsburgh.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:27. I'm Samantha Walker. While dogs are considered man's best friend, a lot of human foods can be harmful to their health. And as the countdown to Halloween ticks louder, veterinarians are warning dog owners about the potential hazards chocolate candies can pose. Fox News correspondent Shanley Painter reports.
While the Halloween season is known for scares, veterinarians say pet owners want to keep the frights away from their furry friends. This as many are warning about the potential hazards that chocolate can pose for dogs, citing how it contains the substance theobromine.
The substance in chocolate is actually a stimulant, and so it can affect the heart from the standpoint of a significant increase in heart rate. It can cause abnormal rhythms. They can get high blood pressure.
According to Dr. Edward Cooper of The Ohio State University, chocolate is more toxic for dogs the darker it is.
Milk chocolate has the least amount of the toxic substance that exists in chocolate for dogs.
But Dr. Cooper says the amount of chocolate it takes to cause concern depends on the size of the dog and the type of chocolate it ate. Owners who fear for their pet's health should contact their vet.
Because we have ways to relatively quickly calculate, based on if it's known how much they got into and the size of the pet, whether or not we need to be concerned.
Meanwhile, there are several signs owners should be on the lookout for if they think their dog ate some chocolate.
Muscle twitching, straight up through seizures would be signs that owners could know. But the early signs are really that kind of pacing, agitated, not wanting to lay down.
Experts recommend storing candy on high counters and keeping dogs out of rooms when kids start counting their sweets in case any fall on the floor. I'm Chanley Painter, Fox News.
Now here's Chris with a quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, we've got showers and storms across the area this morning. We've got some of those wet roadways in Pittsburgh. You're back in between. You're in a little dry slot for the moment, but more rain, of course, is on the way for the region. Our camera 7th in range line. It's been dry in Joplin for a good portion of this morning. It was raining when I left at about 2:30, 2:45, but then it stopped. But again, rain's on the way. We're going to have these little dry slots occasionally where it does stop raining, but then that rain will resume. MoDOT camera 20th in range line. Again, wet roadways, but no rain at this time. Lightning strikes, we're back up to 97, and that's partially because of this activity in the southeast of Ponca City. I want to show you very quickly all of this activity that's now northwest of Oklahoma City and actually stretching to Oklahoma City back toward Woodward. All of this will be moving into the area. Now, we're still, again, not expecting any severe weather by any means, but heavy rain and thunderstorm activity is a concern. Let me drag this back very quickly. So we've got moderate to heavy rain across a good portion of southeast Kansas. More showers, a few thunderstorms pushing in. We're still dry portions of southwest Missouri, but again, all of this is tracking off to the east and will continue to do so, bringing us those shower and thunderstorm chances as we head through the day today. So that's really the big thing, is the heavy rain. So some localized flooding concerns here and there, and also just with the lightning. While no severe weather is expected, the lightning's still dangerous. So when thunder roars, head indoors. And the future track, again, you see those little dry slots every so often. It may stop raining for a minute, but there will be more showers and storms continuing, and as we head into the evening out there as well. We have flood watches in effect in Nowata, Washington counties, northeast Oklahoma through tomorrow morning. Our temperatures haven't moved a lot through the morning hours. We got low, mid, and upper 50s. Now, eventually, I think between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. down south, we might reach highs into the low 60s. And the rest of us, I think, in that same time frame, will cap out with highs into the upper 50s. And then we'll just kind of hover through the mid 50s today. Heavy rain, showers, storms, and southeast winds gusting up to 25 occasionally. Still breezy overnight tonight and into tomorrow as well. We'll have a look at tomorrow, the rest of the weekend, and how next week's shaping up here in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Thanks, Chris. 2-year-old Isla grins with joy today, but her smile masks an extraordinary medical battle that began when she was just 4 months old. She's going to be a special guest at this year's 4 States Heart Walk this weekend. KOM's Chris Warner introduces us to Isla.
Quick with a smile and eyes full of joy, no one would imagine the difficult journey little 2-year-old Isla has traveled.
We were told that she likely would not live to see one. We were told that we likely would not ever be able to leave the hospital with our daughter.
At 4 months, Isla was diagnosed with a rare heart condition. Alcampa is a congenital heart defect that disrupts the flow of blood to the heart, putting infants at risk of heart failure or sudden death.
She was a seemingly normal, healthy baby, and it was by just gut instinct that I just knew that there was something not right.
Lisa's motherly instincts were right. Isla didn't like being on her stomach and slept a lot. Lisa said doctors initially dismissed the symptoms as normal for a newborn. They were not, and an RSV diagnosis revealed much more.
If I had not been the parent that questioned everything and went back and asked until it made sense to me, Isla wouldn't be here today.
Following the surgery to move her coronary artery, doctors recommended a heart transplant. Due to potential complications, her parents decided to forego the additional surgery.
And just put all of the faith in God, really, to heal her let Isla do her thing since she had the corrective surgery, and then see where it led us, and it led us here.
It worked.
Exactly.
And Isla celebrated her second birthday earlier this month with some of her favorite animals. She's not just living, she's thriving.
Where everybody told us that there was no path for Isla, she made her own path, and she didn't let anything or anybody hold her back, and she defied every obstacle. Everything that she was supposed to, that they told us was going to happen, did not happen, and we are very proud of her, and she's very strong, very strong girl.
Isla will be a special guest at this year's 4 States Heart Walk for the American Heart Association, sharing her smile and continuing to beat all odds while inspiring others.
In a lot of cases with Alcapa, 90% of the babies don't see their first birthday. So it's very important to us to get the word out and save other babies like Isla, who is not just another statistic. She's a happy, healthy baby now. So.
A gift of life, thanks in part to the resilience of a precious and determined little girl.
Of course, everyone is invited out to the 2025 4 States Heart Walk. It takes place this Saturday at Joplin's Cunningham Park. The event begins at 9 a.m. with the walk beginning at 10. Hope to see you there. Well, Baxter Springs mayoral candidates offer competing visions. As Election Day draws near in Baxter Springs, public safety and downtown restoration are emerging as central issues. Incumbent Mayor Kelly Abbott says one focus is restoring in-town dispatch services. Challenger Casey Shaw emphasizes renewing the heart of downtown and supporting local business growth. As President Trump doubles down on tariffs, Canada says it's taking action to protect its economy. It comes ahead of potential trade talks between the U.S. and China next week. Fox News correspondent Griff Jenkins is in Washington, D.C. with more.
After months of tough trade talks, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney says his country's close economic relationship with the U.S. is over.
Strengths based on close ties to America have become our vulnerabilities.
Currently, Canada is a top export destination for more than 36 states here in the U.S. But over the next decade, the country plans to double its non-U.S. exports. The Trump administration, though, says it's confident the relationship will turn around.
Ultimately, we have to put America first in this relationship. There are ways to cooperate with Canadians on things that are of mutual interest to us both.
Prime Minister Carney says it's possible the two countries could reach a deal at a summit in South Korea next week. That's where President Trump is expected to meet Chinese leader Xi Jinping. And he says he could potentially reach agreements with Beijing on everything from agriculture to nuclear power.
We'll make a deal on, I think, everything. I think we're going to make a deal on soybeans and the farmers. I think we're going to make a deal on maybe even nuclear.
But there are concerns those talks may not even happen after China escalated tensions by curbing exports of rare earth minerals.
China may not feel that it's in its interest to have any sort of constructive discussions. Now the political system in Beijing is getting worse, and that means a trade deal is less likely.
If talks are unsuccessful, President Trump has threatened China with a 100% additional tariff starting next month. In Washington, Griff Jenkins, Fox News.
Well, coming up, we've got Shannon Becker in the studio with his Big 3 news stories of the week. We'll be right back.
You're invited to Wesco Home Furnishings 81st and Saturday.
Welcome back. We've got Shannon Becker in the studio with his Big 3 news stories of the week. Good morning, Shannon. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, of course. Let's take a look at the Big 3 stories live and local, what's happening where you live. A tractor-trailer T-boned a car near Missouri 59 and US 60 in Newton County just after 8 on Monday. The 1996 Mercury Grand Marquis swerved to avoid a turning vehicle, overcorrected and crossed the center line, striking a 2024 Peterbilt. The Mercury overturned and the 19-year-old driver from Oronogo was extricated, rushed to a Joplin hospital with serious injuries. Now, the driver of the semi-tractor trailer was from Nixa. He was uninjured. The roadway reopened about 10:30 that morning, and it's under investigation by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. Number 2 story, live and local, a fatal cross-median crash on I-49 near Belton. It slowed Kansas City traffic earlier this week. 2 semis and a U-Haul were involved. This is some eyewitness video, of course, of people driving by is pretty intense there, as you can see. Sadly, the driver of the U-Haul died in the crash. It was driven by a 42-year-old Kansas City man. He crossed into oncoming traffic, striking a Freightliner and a Peterbilt. And then the Freightliner was a driver from Ames, Iowa, suffered minor injuries. The Peterbilt was a man from Webb City, a 66-year-old man. He was uninjured. The crash caused all vehicles to catch fire. The Highway Patrol is investigating. Travel resumed about 6 hours later. And our number one story, a fatal DWI crash occurred in Carthage, Missouri at Oak and McGregor Street just before 3 on Tuesday. Carthage Fire, Police, and Mercy Ambulance responded with med flight, transporting one passenger from the scene just yards away in the Memorial Hall parking lot. 3 vehicles were involved, with two remaining at the intersection. Missouri State Highway Patrol's MCIU is assisting investigation. One driver is now charged DWI, involuntary manslaughter, along with 9 other charges. All surrounding roads were closed for about 7 hours for that investigation. And then our bonus story, it happened last night about 8:30. We were there on the scene before anyone else. We just had tipsters telling us that they heard a huge boom North Joplin near Ozark Christian College in Dover Hill. There's a train derailment on the Turkey Creek Bridge over the Trestle Bridge over Turkey Creek. I was there just a few minutes ago. We did a live video for social media. So traffic's going to be slowed down this morning. If you're coming into Joplin, you've got 1 lane of traffic on North Main. Going out of town, you'll have 2 lanes of traffic going on North Main, but you'll want to use caution. There's a lot of heavy equipment there, and you can kind of see it a little bit in the trees. They've moved the car. It's one car that came off the tracks. And you can see they've kind of pulled it a little bit more towards the gas company property, but it's a pretty massive story. I mean, it was shocking for me to see something like that. It was a northbound Kansas City Southern CPKC train. So,
and that's not something you necessarily
no, not every day, not every day. And I could barely see it when I shined a light through the trees, and that's why I kind of found it. I was just kind of looking, maybe it was something on the tracks, but it's amazing. But no one was injured. It's in the middle of the train and kind of a little remote area out there, so they'll get it all cleaned up.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Shannon. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. 7:45 now on this finally Friday in the 4 states. We've got scattered showers and some thunderstorms out there as well this morning. We're going to start into southwestern Missouri. We've got some moderate to heavy rain from Butler to Nevada, Shell City, Sheldon, Stockton, Osceola. Stretching back into southeast Kansas, Mound City, Fort Scott, back toward Iola, Chanute, Erie, Yates Center, Burlington, Eureka, Howard. You've got a little storm just by you. Fredonia, Parsons, Independence, Coffeyville, Oswego. You're up next. Columbus eventually rolling in there. Pittsburgh, Girard, another round. Joplin, eventually that rain starting to cross a little closer here, back into Ottawa County, now into Grove, Newada near Veneta, and some thunderstorms there near Claremore and northeast of Skiatook into Washington County, south of Bartlesville, and some back toward the west in Osage County. And then this big complex of showers and storms where most of our lightning is. You can see 143 strikes there, and just since about 6 a.m., you can see how that's filled in. It's lifting off to the east-northeast. Just a quick wide view of all the showers and storms we've got stretching all the way down into western Arkansas out there. I got 135 lightning strikes across the region, with the bulk of those coming from this complex. And as I've mentioned, while severe weather isn't a major concern today, it's not really a concern really at all. We do have the thunderstorms, and of course the lightning is still dangerous and deadly, so you do want to be cautious. Remember, when thunder roars, head indoors. Our other concern is just with this very heavy rain across the area through the day as well, leading to the potential, at least, for some localized flash flooding. So if your route you know is prone to flash flooding, make sure you've got that backup route. Shower storms again scattered throughout the day, and again you may get breaks like what we've been seeing in parts of southwest Missouri this morning. You may get some of those, but the rain chances really don't start winding down until about 2 days from this time here, about 5 o'clock Sunday. Now the other concern we have, of course, is going to be for Friday night football. Showers, maybe some thunderstorms, so lightning delays are an issue. And then of course with all the heavy rain through the day, I know some fields out there are susceptible to that kind of thing where they're not unplayable if we get too much rain. So make sure you pay attention to your school's athletic department, see if anything gets postponed or canceled because of the rain, really, for anything getting postponed. And of course, lightning could lead to some lightning delays. Just make sure you're taking precautions. Shower storms continue overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. We've got the MSSU homecoming parade. We also have the Heart Walk. No severe weather tomorrow either, but it's going to be wet. It's going to be a bit breezy. It's going to be a bit chilly. So make sure you're ready for that. And of course, anything you're doing across the region outdoors tomorrow, again, remember, when thunder roars, head indoors. And tomorrow, the thunderstorm threat is a little lower, like the chance of actual lightning and thunder, but you can see the heavy rain threat is not. It will continue through the day, become a bit more scattered late evening and into the overnight. And by Sunday at 3 a.m., we've got this complex east of 69. As this low pressure starts to push through, we'll get some isolated to widely scattered showers throughout the day Sunday, and they'll begin winding down as we head further into the afternoon and evening. So here we are Sunday at 5. Like I said, 2 days from today at 5. We start to see a little bit of a pause in that rain activity. Flood watches, again, still in place in the Wauwatosa and Washington counties in northeastern Oklahoma through Saturday morning. You can see anywhere from 1 to even 3 or even 4 inches of rain, so some localized heavier amounts are certainly possible out there. You can see where our heaviest rain concerns are right along Kansas-Oklahoma border, so do be cautious, hence why we have those flood watches. So through the morning, scattered showers, thunderstorms out there. We're going to kind of hover in the mid to upper 50s, I think between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. is when we're going to reach our high temperatures, which for most of us will be the upper 50s. Some of our southern counties might make the low 60s. We'll have southeast winds gusting 20 to 25 today, tonight, and tomorrow. We'll go upper 50s, low 60s again. Well, low 50s tonight and tomorrow night. Mid 60s on Sunday, those showers wrapping up. Might get a shower or two Monday and Tuesday. Something we're watching. The chances are kind of low, but they're starting to show back up. So we'll watch that for you. A little cooler Wednesday, more shower chances. And Halloween, though, looking great. Upper 60s by day, mid 40s by night. Let's check your forecast. We're back with more right after this.
Living in
Miley Cyrus soars with Avatar, and Stranger Things levels up for its final chapter.
Fox's Ashley Dvorkin has all the latest in today's Hollywood Nation.
Stranger Things goes big, Diaz turns up the action, and Cyrus hits a high note in the Hollywood Nation. Even through the ashes. Miley Cyrus announced on Instagram she co-wrote and recorded an original song for Avatar, Fire and Ash. She says the project is deeply meaningful for her after being personally affected by fire and rebuilding from the ashes. Cyrus lost her Malibu home in the 2018 wildfires. The third film in the franchise flies into theaters December 19th. Cameron Diaz's Bad Day just got better. Netflix announced the ensemble cast joining Diaz in the upcoming action comedy, including Ed O'Neill, Danielle Brooks, and Ben Schwartz. The film follows a single mom fighting to keep one promise to her daughter on the worst day of her life. Stranger Things is going big for its grand finale. The hit sci-fi series' 2-hour Season 5 closer will reportedly play in theaters on New Year's Eve, the same day it streams on Netflix.
What did you think was going to happen?
In today's First Looks is the trailer for I Can Only Imagine 2. The sequel continues the true story of Mercy Me's frontman Bart Millard as he faces new challenges with fame, faith, and family. It's in theaters February 20th. Universal Pictures released a trailer for Reminders of Him, based on Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel. The romantic drama stars Micah Monroe as a woman rebuilding her life after prison, hoping to reconnect with her daughter while finding unexpected love and forgiveness. It arrives in theaters March 13th. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Out of all of those, I think I'm most excited for Stranger Things because it feels like I've been waiting a decade for that new season to come out.
I'm sure. That's the thing with streaming. You can get through a whole season in a matter of minute. Well, okay, in a matter of hours, though. You don't have to wait week after week, so that's does make it a little more difficult there. Lots to look forward to, and we have lots of rain to look forward to. Skywatch Storm Tracker continuing to show showers and embedded thunderstorms pushing into the area. More showers and storms off to our south and west that'll be rolling in as we go through today. And these showers and storms stick with us all day today, tonight, tomorrow as well. So for Friday night football, anything else you might be doing outdoors, remember, when thunder roars, head indoors. That's a quick check of your forecast. We're back with more after this.
This is your Wake Up recap for Friday, October 24th. Your top stories to start your day. 2-year-old Isla grins with joy today, but her smile masks an extraordinary medical battle. At 4 months old, doctors diagnosed her with Alcapa, a rare congenital heart defect that disrupts blood flow and threatens them for survival. Doctors told her parents she wouldn't likely live to see her first birthday and might never leave the hospital. Her mother's instincts detected something wrong when Isla wouldn't lie down on her stomach and slept excessively, symptoms doctors initially dismissed as normal. Every Sunday morning, a group of people gather. They gather in Joplin to pick up trash. 80% is the amount of trash they want to pick up whenever they go to a new section of the city. The idea is that if the time they go out, they'll eventually will be completely clean. Volunteers will walk down one side of the street and then cross over to the other side. The group meets every Sunday at 1208 South Main to collect supplies before heading out. That's a check of today's Wake Up Recap.
And we've got showers, thunderstorms throughout the day today. No severe weather expected, but heavy rain is possible, which could lead to some localized flooding concerns. Also breezy. Southeast winds gusting to 25. Our temperatures, upper 50s, low 60s. We'll hit those highs early, and then we'll just kind of hover through the mid 50s into the evening hours. More showers, more storms out there. Friday night football, just be weather aware. Of course, when thunder roars, head indoors. And they'll continue overnight. Low mid 50s, southeast winds gusting to 20. Still breezy tomorrow with those southeast winds. Upper 50s, low 60s, more showers, storms, heavy rain still possible. So make sure, again, you're paying very close attention to the weather. The big thing, of course, with the lightning, is just a thunder roars, head indoors. And Halloween, though, looks great. Upper 60s, mid 40s by night. So we just got to get through all this rain first.
Perfect. Thanks, Chris.
That's going to do it for now. Thanks so much for joining us. We're back with more news and weather at noon.
Have a great rest of your morning.